everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am so excited to finally be filming this video. It is my journey breastfeeding twins with a boob job. I want to answer all of the questions, show you exactly what I'm doing to keep my milk supply there, because I'm going to be honest with you, my milk supply did drop for a while because my weight loss was happening too rapidly. But I'm going to go into all of that information in this video and so much more. So let's get into it. Since you saw me earlier this morning, I've changed. I want to pick up the vlog here because this is the time, it's about 4:30 now, when I make myself my favorite protein smoothie, and I've been adding in a lactation supplement to help boost my supply. I mentioned that my supply dropped, so I've been doing things to boost it. Right now the babies are sleeping. I noticed that my supply was dropping, which was quite, I don't know, a bit upsetting for me, honestly, because I do want to breastfeed the babies for as long as possible. Our babies are combination fed, which means that they are formula fed and breastfed. They've always had like the combination of the two. Just getting the lighting right because it's getting dark here. It's coming into winter in New Zealand, so unfortunately we lose light really fast. Both the babies are combination fed, which is really handy because they've always been able to have a bottle without any issue, and I like that because it means that if I'm not around for a feed, I know that I can express breast milk, or the babies can have formula. When the babies have formula, we use this machine here. This is our baby Bruiser. It's been featured in other vlogs of ours where we show like our favorite baby items that make our life easier. This was a gift from my sister, and honestly, it's really handy because it just makes up a perfect amount of formula. But then when the babies are breastfed, either they are fed on me or I express milk, which I just keep in the fridge here. So I try to keep like a stash for the babies at all times, which is good. And now that I'm 3 months postpartum, the babies are officially 3 months old, I have been going back to eating healthy. So I've explained this in other videos, but basically I got in the habit of eating quite bad. Up here in our cupboard are all of the goodies that friends and family like gave us. So there's like unopened bags of lollies. We honestly ate like a ton of lollies when the babies first came home from the hospital. It was just a shambles. I don't normally eat processed sugar and carbs because I know that that food doesn't really gel well with my body, but postpartum, early postpartum days, cluster feeding 2 babies, I was like, just give me all the sugar, all the carbs. And that's kind of like the diet that I was surviving on. It was just, hey, survival mode. But I pumped the brakes and I knew that I wanted to get back into my regular healthy eating. So I have gone back into eating low carb foods, which you'll see more of the foods that I eat in this video because I just want to give like an illustration of the kinds of foods. Super simple, nothing crazy, just to focus on really wholesome food that's full of nutrients. Freshly made wherever possible. I know that time is like always an issue when you have a newborn or 2 newborns, but honestly you just feel so much better if you cut out or at least cut down on the processed food. Your body will thank you for it. At least my body has definitely responded really well, and I found that my weight loss was just happening really quickly, really easily, just getting back into eating regular foods, not doing any exercise, nothing crazy. And I needed to stop my weight loss from being too fast, because if you do lose weight too rapidly, that can impact your breast milk. That was advice that was given to me, the amount of breast milk you're producing, sorry. That advice was given to me by my lactation consultant, also my obstetrician. Even though my babies aren't exclusively breastfed, I would love to be able to breastfeed them for as long as possible, that it's working for me, working for them. That's my goal anyway. So as I noticed my weight dropping really rapidly, I noticed that my milk was also starting to drop, and I didn't want to let that happen. So here's what I have. This is my lactation supply stash. These are the goodies that I've been using, plus my keto lactation cookies, which let's turn on the oven because together we're gonna make those, and I'm gonna share the recipe for anybody who wants to get amongst those. They're yummy, easy, so good. This here, milk flow, is something that I got from my lactation consultant. This anyone can buy though, and it's amazing. It's literally something that you just spray as needed to increase your milk supply. I'll leave all of these products here linked down below, plus my lactation consultant's details. I have some clips from my lactation consultant when I did see her early days. Reaching out to a lactation consultant was the best decision that I made when it came to my breastfeeding journey, and it was the best money spent. Honestly, an investment that I am so glad that I made. During my pregnancy, I was really nervous about the idea of breastfeeding twins, and also breastfeeding them with a boob job. I honestly didn't know if it was possible. I had heard so many horror stories. So working one-on-one with a lactation consultant who encouraged me and who gave me so many helpful tips and tricks changed the game. I cannot recommend it enough. Julia, my lactation consultant, was available for an in-person consult because I live locally, but she also does Zoom consults if you're looking for somebody to work with remotely. I'll leave all of her details in the description box below. Honestly, a lactation consultant is an investment you definitely should think about making. You won't regret it. So after that consult, I got some of this, and I also made sure that I got a really good breast pump. This is the pump that my lactation consultant sells. I was also sent these pills, the Milk Maker 2 Islands pills, to support healthy breast milk supply. I showed these to my lactation consultant. She was like, absolutely, take them, they look great. So I took them, and now I have repurchased them. This one is me repurchasing it. It's not an ad. They are seriously amazing if you're looking for some sort of supplement to help you with your milk supply. I highly recommend these ones. And then I was also recently sent from Mama's Milk Bar these lactation blends. So this one here, I'm about to add into my smoothie. I add this into my smoothie every day. You'll see that on the nutrition information. It's not keto. There's 16.5 grams of carbs per serve, which is high if you're following a keto diet, but I'm not following a keto diet. You can follow keto and breastfeed, but I'm not right now, and I'll go into more about why in this video, but I am following a low carb diet. So I'm trying to adhere to approximately 100 grams of carbs a day, that kind of thing, 100 to 150, that's kind of where I'm sitting. And this is something that I add into my smoothie. So I'll make up a big batch of smoothie in our Vitamix, and then I pour in Dave's smoothie into a glass, and then I add some of this in for me. So I have that every day. The other thing that I'm having every day right now is one of their hot drinks as well. I have this hot chocolate, and I've also got a chai, which I'll show you too. These ones are keto friendly, 5.3 grams of carbs, so a lot less, and I have been having this every day. I've just been going wild just to make sure that my supply is built up, which it has. So this is my little supplement situation, that plus my lactation cookies, which I'm gonna make another batch of. So let's make the smoothie together. I'll show you how we do that, and then we can kick into some lactation cookie goodness. I'm so used to making the smoothie for Dave and I that I make it without putting this in first. This is the lactation blend, but I'm just making one smoothie for me right now, so I'm gonna add this in. I always make sure I weigh it just so that I'm getting the right amount. Yum. The smoothie is honestly so good. It's like chocolate, berries, everything that I want. Okay, I'm gonna sip on this while I make up a batch of the lactation cookies. These cookies are so yummy. They're keto. My husband Dave actually loves them. They go so fast when they're in our house. I originally shared the recipe for the lactation cookies on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you go over and check me out. I'm Elle_herself. I share every day there, a little insight into my life, what we're up to, lots of recipes, lots of fun things. So come over and say hi. The recipe's there, but I'll put it up here on the screen and make them with you now as well. Cookies are gonna have to wait just for 2 seconds because both of the babies have woken up from their naps, which is good. Actually, they're both on the same schedule. And I am just looking for my favorite feeding bra. Here it is, drying. This one here is my favorite feeding bra. It's literally from Kmart. I googled feeding bra and one from Kmart popped in. Probably because Google knows I love Kmart. And anyway, it's got different holes. So this one here is for when you have a pumping, when you're pumping. And then this one here is when you're... She's not a happy camper. I'm about to put this on though, because my uniform that I wear at home is a feeding bra, comfy black pants, and then either a robe over top of it that I can like just kind of open up and be like, bam, I'm ready to feed, or a top that zips all the way down. So I'm just gonna get situated, feed both of the babies, and start our nighttime routine before we get back into cookies. I hate it when they cry. I hate it when they cry. When they both cry at the same time, oh my gosh, it feels like my heart could explode. So let's get out the twinsy feeding pillow. My little situation, twinsy feeding pillow. I sit in the middle, and on the ground I have this here. This is like a really old poof from Kmart, but I just use it to put my legs on it because it just helps me to be able to angle the babies better. I love the Kmart feeding bra because there's different layers, so you can clip it like for pumping or feeding, and I find that I used to have 3, but I broke one. Having a couple in rotation is really good because I can wear one, wash one, wear one, wash one. So I literally always have one in the wash. I know there are other ones as well out there, just Google feeding bras, but this one was $19. So it's such a bargain for me. I'm lucky with both of the babies that when they first came into recovery with me, both of them latched right away. Rue was a little bit slower. Revy was like, boom, right away. Rue had a bit more trouble. He needed a bit more time with latching. Does he want to feed too, Dave? Yeah. Here we go, double feeding time. See, the nurses in the hospital that doubted me because I had breast implants that I could feed one baby, let alone 2, proved them wrong. Some common questions I'm asked while I remember them is, do the babies have a preferred side? Yes, I do think they do have a preferred side. Our babies have been seen an osteo. Rue hasn't seen her for a while, but Revy's still been going to appointments. When they first came home, they couldn't turn their head. They could only turn their head one way each. So they had one osteo appointment and they were able to move their head both ways, which was a game changer for feeding because it meant that they could turn their head and feed more comfortably. But before those appointments, they definitely had a preferred side. However, each feed, I would change the babies over. So Rue would be on the left, Revy on the right, and then I would switch them over. An app that I swear by is called Huckleberry. And that app is free. It lets you track and you know which side you last nursed on, all that kind of stuff. So if you have twins, it's really handy because you can just see which baby were nursed on what side during the last feed. So I'm gonna feed them like this first, and then we'll offer them a bottle. Both of the babies are growing so much at the moment, so they're drinking a lot. We've bathed the babies are in bed. Revy's like falling asleep. Dave's with Rue in there trying to get him to sleep. I need to clean up what's left from bath. The house is just always like chaotic, just filled with stuff. But anyway, gonna clean this up, gonna make these lactation cookies because that's gonna be my dessert with a little bit of keto ice cream, I think. That sounds so yummy. And also gonna make dinner. But anyway, let's do some cookies. I was craving egg tacos, like breakfast tacos. So I've just made like an egg quesadilla, put a bit of hot sauce on there, cheese, there's avocado. Oh my gosh, it is honestly so good. I use a low carb wrap. These ones here are my go-to ones at the moment. I really love those. Farrah's low carb original. And with dinner, I'm making us some electrolyte sodas. These are my electrolytes, the Welle Essential electrolytes. They come in 3 flavors, tropical, watermelon, and blueberry lemonade. I switch between all of the flavors because I love them. Earlier today I had a watermelon and now I'm having a tropical. I literally just mix it in with a bit of soda water. So this is my second glass of electrolytes today. I'll leave a link to where you can shop them down below online. We ship throughout New Zealand and Australia. They are honestly so good, so refreshing. And when you're breastfeeding, you really need to keep up your fluids, stay hydrated. I find that these are the easiest way to stay hydrated because it's electrolytes, but so delicious. And there's no carbs, no sugar, no nasties. They're honestly just so good. We worked really hard to bring you this formulation. So I love hearing your reviews on them and how much you love them too. This is dinner tonight, electrolyte soda, egg quesadilla, and Dave is having this keto nacho bowl. Dave and I had dessert, so yummy, lactation cookies. Do you love them, Dave?
Yeah, lactation cookies.
Excuse our house, like I do try to tidy it at the end of every night, but it just hasn't happened yet. We're here watching some Netflix. We started a new show called The Lincoln Lawyer. This is actually our second time watching it because the first time we watched it, I wasn't paying attention at all. So we've restarted it. It's Jen, did you say?
Yeah.
But you really like it, don't you?
I am enjoying it, yeah.
I like it too. We're on episode 1, but we've just paused it because I've got my pump. I'm going to do a wee pump. How many times do I pump a day? Ideally, I pump 4 times a day, but realistically, probably pump like twice a day. It's actually really hard to find the time. So for me, just because I'm back working again and just kind of trying to juggle everything, and with the 2 babies, oh my gosh, it's so hard to find downtime, isn't it? Hard enough with 1, with 2, whee, but I'm not going to go into that. So I try to pump in the morning and definitely at night time, and if I can in the middle of the day as well. The other pumps that I have that I absolutely love, you must get, are the Hucker pumps. These are the Gen 2 pumps. I wear these in the shower. I also wear one if I'm feeding 1 baby at a time. So I'll attach one on one side, feed the other baby, and then catch all the letdown. And I can get like 90 mils, 100 mils, even more, just on one side and let down. You just squeeze it over the top like that, push it together over your nipple, and it literally just suctions on. So I wear 2 of these in the shower. You catch so much in the shower, it's crazy. And then the electric pump's really good too, so that's what I'm gonna do. And that's why I wear this feeding bra from Kmart, because I was trying to explain this before and I don't know if I actually was able to. I got interrupted by Reddy crying. So you've got different clip options. This clips the whole thing off so you can feed. And then this one, this is risky, clips just, let me see. Yeah, okay, there's like a little hole there. So that just fits over your nipple. And then that way you can these just stick inside your bra and you can actually walk around the house. You can pop your pump in your pocket or just hold it, and it's like hands-free pumping, which is really good. So trying to pump at night, in the morning, and then at least one other time during the day. My milk is put away in the fridge, ready for the night. I'm taking my Hucker pump with me to bed because when we do a dream feed, I'm going to put this on the other side. I normally dream feed 1 baby and then Dave bottle feeds the other baby. And it tends to be Rue that we bottle feed just because he likes to drink quite quickly, whereas Revy, she takes her time. So that's the go. I'll see what I can film from our dream feed. But here are the babies right now. Nice and sleeping. Oh, moving around, but not awake. I normally wouldn't come out into the kitchen to show you like with the light on, but this is how much I got. 90 mils from my letdown on the other side when I was just dream feeding Revy. So I'm gonna pop this one in the fridge as well, put it into a little container and head to bed. Good morning, it's the next day now. Dave got up bright and early for golf. So he has gone and I am just feeding the babies in bed. Revy's finished. So I put her in this lounger right there. Normally, when I feed a baby, I can pass the baby to Dave while the next baby comes and gets fed. But since it's just me, I can't get up without the other baby losing it. So Revy's sleeping in her lounger. Rue is feeding, and I also got Charlie over here on the bed, so it's a full bed this morning. But this is what I do normally in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Revy. Good morning. Okay, good morning. It's Saturday here. On Saturday mornings, I try to do like a little bit of Saturday self-care. Normally I wake up like before the babies, but I didn't today. Dave's out playing golf this morning, which is cool. So it's just me and the bubs, but I've put on some eye masks, some little eye patches. Honestly, when you feel like you haven't slept, that to the rescue. I'm about to start chugging water because hydration is key. I'm also face rolling because unrelated to breastfeeding, but just makes me feel really good and like refreshes me. And I got my green juice. I love to have a green juice on a Saturday. It's just so nice. These are really earthy juices. These were actually kindly gifted to me by Green Roots Juicery. I have bought them myself though, and they saw them on my stories and were super kind to send over some more for me. So thank you so much to them for doing that, making my Saturday self-care extra special today. I'm just popping into the pantry. Got my milk maker pills. I'm gonna take one of these. Always have one of these in the morning. You can have them anytime, but they do say that they work best in the morning. So gonna have one of those, get the babies sorted, and then jump in the shower. I'm here with the babies. I've got Revy who's awake down on this playmat, and then Rue's over there in the capsule sleeping. He got out of the car and he was asleep, so I haven't woken him. The house is a mess as per usual. I'm gonna tidy it up very soon, but before I do, I thought I'd quickly chat with you before I lose daylight so that I can show you what my boobs look like. I've shown like a little bit of what they looked like pre-surgery, post-surgery, all that kind of stuff, but I get lots of questions about number one, so I'll just go through them. First question is about the size. Have I noticed a massive size difference from pre-surgery to now? My boobs have definitely gotten bigger. I'm breastfeeding 2 babies, so you just have to bear that in mind. They're not exclusively breastfed, but I am making milk to be able to feed both of them. And overnight, during the nighttime, they just get breast milk. They don't have any formula top-ups, none of that, no express milk top-ups. When they wake up, they both feed from me. So my body is producing a lot of milk, so you've got to bear that in mind. So my boob size has definitely increased. I have gone from being a double D, I was like a D, double D cup, to being an E or an F cup. My boobs have definitely increased in size. No doubt they'll go back to their pre-pregnancy size once I've finished breastfeeding, so that's a D, a double D. I'll come up a bit closer so that you can see what they look like now. So with breastfeeding, I've got really veiny boobs because there's a lot of blood supply. I've also got, see if we can see, I also have stretch marks that have come. They started appearing during my pregnancy and I've continued to get some stretch marks. Honestly, regardless of having a boob job, I would have had stretch marks anyway because my boob size would have changed. So I'm not bothered by them, but it's just something that I'm being, I guess, honest about because it's a question that I get asked. And I know that a lot of people are tossing up when they do decide that they want to get a breast augmentation or a boob job, do you do it pre-children or after children? That's a conversation you need to have with your surgeon. It was a conversation I had with my surgeon. My surgeon reassured me that for me personally, it would be better if I had them done pre-children. He explained my skin elasticity was in better shape, that I'd be able to recover a lot quicker in terms of my skin, and no doubt that's true. Since having babies, you can just feel like how elastic your skin has to be, I guess, to stretch. So that was the advice that my surgeon gave me, and I followed that advice. I booked the surgery and I had the surgery. I have no regrets having my surgery done pre-breastfeeding. I'm really, really glad that I got it done when I did, because for a couple reasons. It was something that I had struggled with my entire life, this feeling of being out of proportion with my top half and my bottom half of my body, because I'm really curvy in my lower half of my body, my hips, my thighs, really curvy, and then my top half, I was just always flat, and losing weight, I was even flatter. So I'm really glad that I did it as soon as I could afford to do it, saved up the money, because that was something that instantly I woke up and I felt like after the surgery that I was in my own body, and I've continued to feel that way ever since. It hasn't gone away. I just feel like it's my body. And thirdly, now that I have the experience of actually breastfeeding successfully twins with a boob job, I can tell you confidently that you can absolutely do it. Definitely, you might feel like you're lacking in confidence. I was really unsure if it was going to be possible. So having a lactation consultant was so good, so crucial for me for getting my confidence up. But other than the change in size, not being able to wear my old bras right now, which is something that I think is like a universal experience for a lot of women who breastfeed, because your boob size changes, and having some stretch marks, and then having also like the veins right now. My boobs, other than that, are completely the same. Like, shape is still really good. I can still, this is a bra that doesn't have any underwire. I don't need, like, I could literally not need to wear a bra. I feel like even though my boobs have grown in size, I feel really supported because of my implants. So all in all, honestly, 10 out of 10 would recommend. I would 100% do it in the order that I've done it again. If I had the chance, to do it again, I would definitely do boob job first, breastfeeding second. The only thing is, 2020 hindsight, now I can tell myself I would not have stressed out about it or worried about it like I did. I wish that I hadn't spent the time worrying about it. Anyway, babies need my attention. I'm gonna sign off this vlog. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. The support means the world to me. If you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe, because I upload new videos every single week, sharing my journey as a twin mum of 2, and also just embracing an active, healthy lifestyle. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.